Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from 9 group. Today we are going to present about teaching reading. Before we start our explanation, let me introduce our members. Number 1, Anisfatin Rohmah, and then number 2, Putri Fauzia Rizky. We will explain about definition of reading, background to the teaching of reading, the development of reading skills, classroom technique and activities, and the last, reading in the classroom. Teaching reading. Reading is a process of combining information from a text and one's background knowledge to combine meaning. Reading itself has a purpose, namely to gain an understanding of what is seen in a reading text. Good readers know what to do if they have difficulty. Reading strategy means as a reader to use a variety of cases to achieve the purpose of reading. Fluent reading is defined as the ability to read at an appropriate rate with adequate comprehension. In the act of reading, there is a combination between readers, text, strategy, and fluent. Reading comprehension refers to reading for meaning, understanding, and entertainment. It involves higher order thinking skill and is much more complex than merely decoding specific words. Here are two main reasons that people read. The first is for pleasure and the second is for information. Number 1. Reading for pleasure. Stories provide enjoyment for readers of all ages. Modern course books are increasingly using stories as a vital companion. As a teacher, encourage parents to read to their children as much as possible, even if they are reading in the child's native language. The rewards will carry over in the child's English language development. And then number 2, reading for information. Your purpose for reading this book is to get information. You might be a new teacher to the ELT profession or an experienced teacher wanting to learn more about the latest trend in teaching your learners. Regardless of your situation, you are reading to learn more about teaching English to young learners. Background to the teaching of reading. Teaching reading usually has at least 2 aspects. Number 1, refer to teaching learners who are learning to read for the very first time. And the last, refer to teaching learners who already have reading skill in one language.
Okay, the next is background to the teaching of reading. Reading is one of the second language. The role of reading for some students is as a determinant of the success or failure of learning. Not just focusing on one area, there are several facilities in learning reading skills, which are prepared for both ESL or EFL teacher. This is a silent reading. Where they read, this process is done secretly. Scholar R.Q. Hay, 1908, compiling a summary of early studies on oral reading versus reading in and out strongly support silent reading. Today, many teachers believe that oral reading is the best approach. Reading is a quiet activity. Silence is emphasis here. And the different strategies are used when reading orally rather than silently. And reading process. Model of how the prince word is understood have emerged from this research. Goodman, 1976, Stanovic, 1980. The models can be divided into three categories. This is a bottom-up models, top-down models, and interactive models. And the next is bottom-up models. Bottom-up consisting of a low-level reading process with letter and sounds recognition, then word recognition, introduction to language structure, sentence, and long text, and finally arriving at meaning in archiving and understanding. And the top-down models. Top-down reader use background knowledge, make prediction, and search for text to accept and reject the prediction made. Teachers should focus on generating activities rather than the meaning of word mastery. And interactive models. Interactive models of reading. The models that are accepted as the most comprehensive description of the reading process are the merging of bottom-up and top-down process. Stress that the best second language readers are those who can effectively integrate both bottom-up and top-down processes. Interactive approach would aspect of both intensive and extensive reading. And the development of reading skills. When native English speakers are taught how to read, there is a great deal of variation on amounts of emphasis placed on decoding and reading for comprehension. Phonics, sound letter correspondence, and decoding do not lead a child to become a lifelong reader. And the phonic-based instruction. Phonic-based instruction is intended to teach children the basic English language phonics rules so that they can easily decode words. Within English language program for native speakers as well as ESL or EFL programs, the amounts of attention paid to phonics varies from nouns to a great deal. And the literature-based approach. The literature-based approach is designed to help young learners develop literacy skills within the context of literature. Literature-based instruction is designed to help children develop an appreciation and enjoyment of literature while at the same time developing literacy skills. And the classroom technique and activities. The activities that you choose should be based on the individual child's development, native language literacy skills, and oral language skills in English. There are several types of technique and class activities, namely Aponics, predictable stories and pattern books, sight words, name, brain-rich environment, learning center, language experience approach, own word, questioning techniques, comprehension strategies, context clue and the print convention, and the graphic designs. And the last is reading in the classroom. Reading can be easily integrated to any program to teach English to learners. Here are the tips of reading in the classroom. A variety of strategies. Children can be taught a variety of reading strategies. Young learners should also be taught comprehension strategies when they read pages of the text for information. Children often enjoy reading short magazine-style articles in their ESL or EFL coursebook. Students can be taught strategies for comprehending informal text. And the last, engage learner. It is important to draw children's attention to interesting and imaginative illustration as a way to make reading a pleasurable experience. Okay, the last in this our video, and the last say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.